Hello, and good morning. This is Julie with the Jewel Design, and we are here sometime this Sunday. I'm going to record this and throw it right up as quickly as I can because I am definitely behind schedule. The nails are a disaster. They're long. This one's actually split, so I have something pretty hard on it. Everything is taking a beating. I think I got all the paint off. We finally painted my daughter's room this weekend. Thursday, Friday, Saturday. And so I got a little bit behind schedule and everything. But I wanted to get in on this Sunday and sort of finish the pockets to the snowy winter December Daily. Oh, it's been open this whole time. Ooh, it's been open for a few days in the heat, so it's a little tight. I did go ahead and punch the holes that we need. I showed you the template last time. I had used it for my other large journal when I had 3 signatures, and it works pretty well. I went over a little far, though. In general, it does sit back a little farther, but that may not be a bad thing. So, not so big of a deal. So what I did was take some of my favorite felt snowflake fabric. And it's a little bit understated for the journal in general. We have a lot of really pretty layers and texture, and like I embossed this and all the layers. So I didn't want to leave it plain. Why we didn't do the whole cover inside this way is why we used paper. But we need to fancy this up so that it fits the feel. So I grabbed my pale baby blue snow mesh, which I wish we had. I have mint and blue snowflake mesh, but I have not found any pale baby blue stuff yet. I know there are a lot of Etsy shops out there who do have some right now, and I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous. I have what I have, but I don't have anything I don't have enough yet of anything to share with you guys and sell in the shop. I have white, and we have the snowflake mesh, so we'll run with that. Now, I do have a white one, but it makes it a little bit more yellow, and I want to keep to that more blue tone. So I think we're going to do this over the snowflake, right? And then, I have this. We found it in one of our vintage shopping sprays way back when the store first opened. And I couldn't help it. I'm like, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous. And so I think what we're going to do, and I may lean over a little bit, and I may have to trim that off, is we're going to then overlap this, and then we're going to find ways to put like beads and pearls and something. All the stuff, the fun stuff we've put on. Actually, it's sort of really pretty. We're going to sort of decorate them up just a little bit like we've done the pages. So that is a tentative. I have another piece farther down that doesn't really have a lot of beads in it. I mean, I could go as simple as, because there are beautiful beads on this, but they're thick, and so they would get in the way. I could simply just do, and I'm finding areas, maybe this edge over here, where it's just a single on the bottom, and then decorate the top. Right? If I just cut this here, and then I could put pearls and, pump this on the top. I almost want to leave, if I do this right, I could leave that one. I guess if not, I can always cut it off later if it got in the way. So I have this little guy here. Maybe we'll do that. Maybe we'll find more edged pieces that are smaller, and sort of put them in that way, because that big one is gorgeous, but I really hate to do it. Maybe it's a little too much. But it's just a hint of this. It's not really snowflakes, but it's white, snowy flowers. And so I can't help myself. So I think we're going to do that. We're going to sort of fancy up the pockets. That's what these are. I think we're going to do them where we're going to sort of decorate the pockets and then glue them down. So let's do that. So we're going to close this puppy up. So that is our, gotta sort of work this all. It's been abused. And I have a great idea for the next series. I think we're going to take the pages that were in here and we're going to reverse it. I'm going to do an altered journal that I haven't done in a while. I think it's been a very long time since I've done an altered journal, and I don't think I've ever done them on camera with you guys. I did my daughter. I think I showed it off in stages. My daughter was huge into feral. I think is what it was. It was an Animal Jam game, and there was a more updated, what's the word, like 13 plus version, and it's all about animals and kingdoms, and it was really great. So anyway, she loved it. So she sent me screenshots as she played and characters and all this jazz. And I went ahead and I took all the imagery and printed it and backgrounds and did an altered book for her. So she was supposed to be able to write in it. She was supposed to lookbook it, whatever. Of course, it sits in her bookcase. I think she's written in it once, maybe. Sort of funny. I was like, oh, okay. But I made it for her. It was sweet. It was the first time I'd ever made one. I took an old book I had, 1940s or so, and that was a little hard though because after a while taking pages out, yeah, it got a little temperamental in keeping it together. You have to forgive me. I got to pull out my coffee. Ugh. But yeah, we'll try not to make this a long one. I just wanted to decorate these pockets real quick and get them in. That way they're in, they're out of the way. Or not out of the way, but just easy so that I don't get the pages to the signatures dirty in any way. Because we'd hate to do that. So I am just going to take a chance here and we're just going to put fabric tack on the felt to try to hopefully grab enough of the mesh. So I think it's very light. And on the back side, actually, I had to flip the mesh upside down so we don't have the fuzzy side on the back pocket. The sample of felt I had out would not allow me to cut the right angle of the pocket the other way. I was like, gosh darn it. Yeah, so it was sort of a bummer. I was like, okay, well, which is fine. We're covering it. No one's going to really know. Except you, because I told you, right? And I believe I'm keeping this one, so... that would make I don't know. It would make a great book for someone who really loved blues and snowflakes. Like I said, there's plenty of pages. There's 3 signatures. I mean, it's more than enough to do a December daily. You could probably, like I said, you can start it. I start Thanksgiving-ish weekend, and I go through, to the new year. But I think this would have more than enough space to go beyond that. But, we're looking at, what did I say, 20 pages per, so it's like 60. So it definitely gives you a page to write on, a page to put your favorite, Christmas card, winter card, pictures, photos, write 2 or 3 pages per event. Like, yeah, there's plenty in this book, but just because I had 3 signatures, and I was like, and I only put 5 pages in, 5 pieces of paper in. Imagine if I did anything else. But, yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I guess if one of you just begged and pleaded and loved it, because I haven't made it specifically. I guess if I did sell it, I would throw in a sheet of my blue numbers, and you guys could, use it as a December daily, or writable, or whatever you wanted. But I don't know. I haven't decided. If I do, then I don't know what I'm gonna do, because here we're coming up fast on. But not my luck. I will probably make something, and I'm hoping I make something. I'm really hoping I do a digital. I haven't had a chance to touch the European stuff. That one I'm struggling with. I didn't, I don't know. I can't get out of my own head, I guess, so. Alright. We got that glued down. Now, where is my spot? Is it this one of these? Was that it? Oh, no. Nope, that one's backwards upside down. Nope, that's not it. Yeah, guys, whoopsie. Where is it? Where'd it go? It's not that one, because I didn't have that many pearls in it. Yeah. There we go. No, so that was that one. Oh, that one. And I hate doing fussy cut this thing at all, but I sort of figured I was buying it for the pieces. I was buying it for the elements. I was not buying it as a whole. Not really. Now, I'm wondering if I should trim it with I'm wanting just to give it a little bit more oomph. I'm going to cut carefully around the outside with this, because it would give it a little more personality than just cutting it. I think I'm gonna go back in there in a second. Here. I think I'm gonna try to keep that pearl. Let's see what happens. If it gets in the way, I can always take it off. But there we go. Plus, I think it'll keep the mesh from unraveling so much if I do it that way. Okay, hopefully that wasn't too much off camera for you guys, so sorry. I am way too far back. Well, I have the whole book in the way, so now, there we go. So I hate when I zoom in and it gets dark. It's like, okay, well, what's up with that? Hold on, let me see if I probably turned it down at one point with all the heat. I probably turned my light down. It's a little better, I guess. So rude, right? Zoom in and it gets darker. At least on my camera. At least it looks like on my camera. Okay, so I'll center it a little bit. I think we'll leave that pearl in the hope. If it gets too much in the way, I'm just going to have to go in there and trim it off. If it gets, weird. If it gets weird, Okay, so let's see. We're going to try to glue where I have something to glue onto, because just the mesh isn't going to work. So how are we all doing? It is, like I said, Sunday. Ooh, that's coming undone. We are creeping to the end of the month, or middle of the month already. Isn't that crazy? Realize like we've been home for 2 weeks. My daughter broke her toe. Of all things. We were doing something Tuesday night. No, we weren't really doing anything. Oh, I was trying to do... What was I doing in my daughter's room? Because I remember being in my daughter's room. And we were looking at something or doing something. And my youngest. And I was having my oldest do her chores or something. And she finally comes in the house and she's sort of hobbling and I'm in the bedroom, so I really don't see her, but she's down the hallway and all of a sudden I hear this, oh, Mom, you know. And I'm like, what? She's like, I hit my foot on one of your cupboards. Now I have a 6 cubby, black cubby here in my workbox area. I extended my workbox area beyond the measurement of what I needed. Underneath one of the original workbox extension tables, I put a 6 cubby underneath it and to extend it out even more. And it's a tight fit between my washer or my dryer and that cubby. I mean, enough for us to get by, but it's been trying at times. And she went to go put stuff away for the kitty litter ordeal. Was worried about Roger because he was sniffing around her room, so she went to rush back into the house. Yeah. And when she turned around, she literally slammed her foot and her toes into my cubby. So, yeah. She comes in and she's just like, oh my gosh, this really hurts, da 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 da. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Now, she's been bumping into everything, though. Do not get me wrong. Every time we turn around, I swear, when we're trying to pack and things, she would hit into my hope chest. She would, everything on the side. Don't get me wrong. She's that time of the month. So, we're really klutzy. And, so I thought, okay, you know, not a big deal. And she sat and she iced it and all that jazz, right? We wrapped it because she's like, she really couldn't, Cat, what are you doing? She really couldn't put her foot down, put any weight on her foot. So, without it hurting. Like, okay. So, we have a college tour the next day. So we wrap it, she sleeps, she gets up the next morning, and it's very little bruising. Very little. And it hurts, but she's like, you know what, I'll wrap it, we'll be fine. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, what are you getting into, Cat? Oh, she's climbing. Okay. Alright. Oh, she's in a mood today. Great. Okay, so what are we thinking so far? We got some pretties. Now we need to do... So anyway, we wrap it, and we put, you know, her... I'm sort of liking the idea of this. And then we can put more... Cat, you better not fall down. That's all I have to say. I cleaned that up, and it's really hard for her to get up there, but she's determined. We wrapped it, and we went. You know, we got up at the crack of dawn. We went to this tour. This is the tour of her department. This is where she wants to go. This is what she wants to do. You know, she's got another year of high school, but, you know, we have to apply in this upcoming year. We got to apply for scholarships. I mean, all kinds of stuff, right? So I want to make sure she seemed, you know, content where her life was going to be for the next 4 years. Because it really, you do. You so live in these buildings because it's such a trade school that you have a very specific area. And, there's every so many buildings is dedicated to your field. And she has 2 that are like a block away from each other. Totally walking distance. So I should be parked at one and end up, you know, walking to it and went, nope, that's the wrong number. So I walked down the street and I was like, okay. So here we're hiking it. Here we are just going for it. I feel so bad. I have a nice sheet of these. Oh, but I think I have a small one that's maybe not break into that. Now I could do, they're all a little bit more yellow than what we have. I have all these gorgeous pieces, but except for something like that, where I'm cutting off a very specific area, not yet. And they're very yellow. Much as I love them, they're very yellow. So we have 2 things here. We can really deck this out, which we did before. And I can add the lace to the backing, which I really love the idea. And we can add some pearls and some spots to finish it off. I'm loving it. So we go and make her hightail it and make her kick it into gear. I'm like, let's go, let's go, let's go. And I don't know whether to... Oh, hi, Roger. follow that line? I think we should. So these might not be the right ones then. These are stringed and they're great, but I'm wondering if my... Of course, just because I need to be doing something, I'm trying to find my string of... They're all in here, are they? Sorry, guys. The other two, yes, they're in there. Okay. I want to say Stephanie, one of my mother's very loyal and wonderful subbies, sent us a bunch of pearls. And my mom was nice enough to share them with me. Because I only have this one strand. Which I've been doing forever, but I will have two and I can always use them. Okay, I think these, because they're sticky, I might have a little bit more play with. We'll see. Oh, the cat. So, we go for this, this jaunt, and she's hobbling a little, but she's getting by, and we're halfway through or so, and we get through the main building, which was great. That was not so bad, because it was elevator up and down and all that jazz. But then we go over to the, we get a ride over, thankfully, to the dorms. And all of a sudden, do we go down steps the first one? No, we don't. First one, we're fine. No big deal. We get to the second one. Now we have to go downhill. This is San Francisco, by the way. And it's all hilly, right? So we have to start going downhill. And that angle is all of a sudden pissing off our toes. She's like, Mom, this is getting a little, like, after the first few minutes, she's like, this is starting to hurt. Now, I'm not counting these beads for an even or odd number, guys. I am just literally following the line that I want. So forgive me. I am not doing some eye-catching odd number ordeal. I am simply filling what I need. Yeah, she's like, Mom, this is starting to get a little uncomfortable. I'm like, okay. So we get down the hill finally to the next dorm, because nothing is nearby. And she's like, okay, here we are, here and here. And then she goes, is everybody okay? We're going to go downstairs. And we're like, okay. Oh, yeah, no, bad. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, I love that, guys. Look at that. Fernal. Hairnal. Oh, I like that feel. I like the look. I mean, and there's something in that, though. Sorry, there's something in the wrong color scheme. Of course, if it was silver, I could care less. But it's a piece of something in the fuzz. Oh, well. Loving that. Look at the shine on that. I don't know what you guys can see, but it is so pretty. Alright. Yeah, so we start going downstairs, and she's like, Now, this is usually... We can do this. There we go, and I think we're gonna go all the way to the bottom. It happens to curve. Sorry, guys, my voice is off. I've been, like I said, painting, so 3 days of fumes is getting to me. Yeah, we go downstairs. She's like, this comes back up, like, not so bad. So she's like, okay, we go to the next spot. She's like, do we need to use the elevator? And Sammy's like, yeah. So we go up. Well, okay, that's fine, though. Of course, we have to come back down the stairs. She's like, okay, well, we'll go back, we're going to go back down the stairs. Nope, down is the problem. She's like dying. She's like, oh my gosh, Mom, I don't know how much longer I can do. And luckily, we were minutes away, right? She's like, we're almost done. And then I can let you guys go. And so I'm like, okay. So we get a ride back to the parking lot, thank God. And problem was, though, we had to go up the hill, up the parking lot structure, because we went in the wrong way. We didn't go in the same way we came out, which was an elevator right there. So we start climbing up the ramp. Cat, I swear to God, where are you? Oh, you're just gonna be the end of me. Oh, there you are. Okay. She doesn't know what she's doing. You're gonna hurt yourself. Ugh. Luckily she can't get up, but I don't know if that's gonna make it better or worse. I cleaned up that area and sort of made it a lot harder for her to get up into the rafters. Not intentionally, it was just I was cleaning up the thing. And so now she still has her mountain to get up, but yeah, try not to knock anything over. Okay, there we go. Oh my gosh, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my gosh, I love it. So anyway, poor thing. So we get there and we try to get up the hill, and also she's like, Mom, I can't get any farther. And I'm like, crap. So I go, okay, there's an elevator, so let's hightail it to that, and we'll figure out what floor we're on. And I was like, okay, let me go make sure the car is parked up this little hill. I feel so bad. So we get to the car, and we take off her shoe and the wrapping, and her her toe is just black and blue. It went from tiny little dots of barely bruised to, yeah, there's bruising. Like, oh crap. Because you really can't do much for a toe. But they do say even if it doesn't hurt or there's very little bruising, you know, a break in the toe or, you know, a fracture is still can do damage. And we're like, oh crap. Of course, we don't think about this. We're just trying to get through, you know, you know, we finally get a live tour because that's been really hard to get. And yeah, I'm like, oh, okay. Oh, I'm gonna love this. Oh, look at this. Wait, hold on. So we used the mesh. We used the pearls, and let me see, because I did zoom in here. I'll zoom out again a little bit. Oh, finding that sweet spot. So we have mesh, and we have pipe cleaner, which is the silver, and the pearls, you know, all pulled from there, and we've got some white and silver in here. So I just took that felt and we totally made it, you know, way fancier. And I think it's great. It's a little darker, but it does pull some of the darker grays from this kit. Because there are moments where there is, you know, gray tones to it. See, she does dirty up the snowflakes and add in the darker grays. So I think, you know, we're doing great. And I had all the diamonds on it, or all the pearls on it too. So I think that's going to be really nice next to it. Oh, I'm so stoked. Okay, let's get the last bit in. Let's get it sewn in. Not sewn in. Glued it down. Yes, okay. Make sure I get the right. So that we can make it a pocket, and so that whether, you know, I can put memorabilia in it, you can put something, right? Gotta have pockets in the covers. I think certain covers just require that, you know, pockets are there. I was just gonna go across the bottom, like most of us do. But I was like, no, these need to be angled. This needs to be a little more pizzazz than just putting something across the middle. I mean, across the bottom. Straight on, you know, and we can have it. Hey! Sorry, guys. Hold on a sec. Sorry. Had to go discipline a child. A furry child, but no, she goes after my boy, and it's like, no, you're not allowed to mess with my boy. She gets in a mood, and she takes it out on him, and I'm like, excuse me? He has no intentions of hurting you in any manner. Wants nothing to do with you in any way that would be threatening. He's simply living his life. Okay. So there we go. Oh, isn't that gorgeous, people? So anyway, yeah, we got home and went to my parents' house to get something for a little bit. What did I need? I had to drop something off or pick something up and let them know what's going on. I had to pick up my youngest. That's what. I was like, who do I have to go pick up? And my parents had my youngest for the day. She's 12, but, you know, they went and she had lunch with them and all that jazz, so. Okay, so now we're just sort of duplicated, but not exactly. Because everything is always different. Now it is the back, so I'm like, I may not do the lace this time. What we are seeing on the back side up against it is this signature. And it's pretty simple. Now it does have more of the same lace, so I could. But since I brought the lace over here, does have mesh and stuff. I don't know. I think we'll keep it simple. I think we're still going to do the mesh. We're still going to do maybe the pipe cleaner. And we're still going to do the pearls with the piece, but maybe not the lace this time. Maybe we'll keep the back a little simpler. Simpler. That's a word. We'll see. But yeah, I felt bad. So I came home and I, got my daughter and from my parents' house and talked to them real quick because she was half asleep in the car. So we're like, okay, you rest, and I don't know. We thought we were doing good, and I go and I take my youngest to go get the paint we needed because we were going to start painting the next day, and because this is Wednesday, so we'll do that. I know it's sort of weird, but so she's sitting there and she's icing her foot, and it's hurting her. She's not really sure what we're doing about it, and she's like, well, what do we do, and what if it's a break? And so what are they going to do for it, honey? I don't really know. I don't know what they do for a toe anymore. I mean, at least a finger, you can put a splint on it, and at that point we had read up enough that I did buddy tape because she kept trying to flex her toes in the car, and so when we stopped for lunch, I had buddy taped it to the good toe because I was like, yeah, let's at least, that way you can move the rest of your toes and not be like freaking out about that one. So it helped a little bit, but she's like, well, I don't know what to do, and da-da-da, and I just need to know, and I'm like, okay, It's going to be some time. So, of course, at this point, I do call her online nurse and say, this is what we got going, and what do you think? And she's like, yeah, you probably, at this point, since it's 24 hours and it's bleeding and it's, the pain and blah, 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 you probably should have it checked out. Because, yes, it can throw you off. It can be, heal wrong, da, da, da. Not that we did much, but, so, it's 5 o'clock, and I take her. Here I'm thinking I'm going to do video. I'm supposed to do this video, right? I'm supposed to do this video at least for Thursday or Friday. I'm supposed to go to a booster meeting for the band color guard. Oh. So we get there at 5, and there are definitely people who are in need more than we are, but, what are we going to do? And 3 hours later, yes, there's a break, or, yeah, I guess, I don't know, because, I don't know if it wasn't a break straight across, so I guess it's considered a fracture because there is a line in her toe, but, yes, there is a crack in her toe, and it's like, if you looked at it as a finger, like, we have knuckles, right, but it's a tiny little toe, so anyway, from the first toe, this is the middle toe, so it's like, the first toe, big toe, first toe, middle toe. It is a crack at an angle right up to the joint, first joint. And, yeah. So that's why it hurts so much. That's why it's bruised at the bottom, all the weird stuff. So, yeah, she's like, oh yeah, there's a crack. Technically we consider it a break. And I'm like, oh, okay. So we do what with it? What do we do with it? Well, yes, keep definitely buddy toe it. And, we can give you like a shoe brace, not a boot, a shoe brace, which I thought was very cool. So you can stand on it and not like, bend your toes. And, we'll give you some ibuprofen and ice it as often as much as you can. Have 20 minutes every hour or whenever you need to, blah, 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 and just stay off of it. I'm like, okay. So first she's standing there. She's like, oh, this feels great. What a relief to have it buddy, taped again. And I'm standing on it. But she goes to walk out of the triage room. And there's pain up her foot. She's like, the boot's not helping. Like, I can't walk. That boot's not helping. So they're like, oh, okay. Here's some crutches. Oh, thanks. So she's been off it for a couple days now. She uses her crutches in her boot when she's out so she doesn't beat it. It doesn't hit it up against anything. And she was able to get into the shower and stand on it just enough. But yesterday she's like, yeah, I need to buddy it back up. And she actually wanted it wrapped last night. She was like, She was like, can we actually ace wrap like the whole foot? Because it's just sort of, I think it's, ooh, that one's pretty. That's a long one though. She's like, yeah, it's bugging me a little bit. I'm like, okay. Let's see. We did the pearls on the other side. I don't know if I'm, asking for it if I do it here. I do like the idea of just the bottom. Now it is a little taller here. I wonder if I could do it opposite and go up the side with it. Right? Nope, that is too long. But I had a smaller one, right? Maybe I can do the smaller. Do I have a smaller one? I thought I saw a smaller one. That one's a little smaller, but just as many beads. Nope, I think that one's just as long. I thought maybe up the side would be pretty. Oh, that one, yeah, that one just fits, and it is falling apart. So that pearl would get cut off, and I would use it elsewhere. But that one might work. I think if we keep the pearls towards the outside, it's not such a bad. So I'm going to cut this mesh off for a second, since I got to cut into this anyway. Oh, weird. Oh, I'm done with that already. Well, how rude. Or it's redoing itself. I don't know which. I was trying to find a Beethoven only, so that way I wouldn't get caught. I wouldn't get in trouble with YouTube. But I was in the mood for music in the background. I can't help it. Nope, see, that doesn't work. So hold on one second, because we don't want to do that. Yeah, no, couldn't get to Beethoven. Okay, I used to have a Beethoven, but it has other songs, has other instrumentals, and I can get in trouble. Once I think a song came up, and it let it go, but it was like, oh, you've been approved, or it's okay, and I'm like, thanks. I can't control it all the time. I don't know. So yeah, but which is fine because then I just make sure she gets fed and she has her ice, and she's been working on her driver's lessons. Poor girl. We have AAA has a really good actually simulated online program. The information and the layout is much better than. Now if I do that though, what am I decorating then? Then I want to do that, but I don't think it's going to work. I think it needs to stay to the bottom. We need to stick to that same concept where then I can decorate. Maybe we will swirl it down like we did. We're going to sort of take what was on the front, on the back, and back on the front. Yeah, okay. But I love this. Isn't it just gorgeous? Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Got to figure out how to make that up. I love there's these buttons here. I'm bummed there's no music, though. Really bummed about that right now. I really enjoyed having that in the background. Let me try this one more time. I wonder if... Okay, let me check something. I hate to keep pausing and stuff, but I don't want to get in trouble either. Hold on. Well, give it a shot. If it gets caught, well, I don't know. Can't mute it out, but yeah. So yeah, it's doing okay. Some of the bruising has changed. She's got some bruising up her foot, which we didn't realize. We had a tiny dot we knew at first, I think because of the walking. So that's doing its purple to yellow stuff. But poor baby, that definitely it made a very long day Wednesday. Because we started at, 6:30 in the morning, and we didn't get home till 8, and we hadn't had dinner, because it was supposed to be an early dinner, and easy dinner, and I was like, okay, well, hopefully it won't be too bad, and there's a lot of people not feeling so peachy on Wednesday, apparently, and I was like, man, I just realized my hair is still up in a bun, waiting to be dried. Oops. Didn't think this would take so long. That's okay. I'm straightening my hair anyway, so the drier it is, a lot less likely it'll be curly. Getting tired. I've been wearing curls for weeks from the trip because it was just easier to have it curled. Having it up and curly gave me more freedom, where I didn't have to wash it every 5 seconds. Plus the heat, I wasn't sure. First it was moist, and then it was hot, so I was like, oh yeah, let's not. And we came home to hot weather, so you just don't blow dry your hair in the heat. It's like, why would you do that? So I haven't really had a chance to blow dry it. And I'm like, okay, it's cool enough today that I can do it. I know it's supposed to get warmer than the week, but by that point I'll do the artwork again and take a shower and go back at it. I am really tempted, though, to cut my hair. I have it layered, and it's a little past my shoulders, but I don't know, it's not working for me. I don't want to go super short like I did, back in 2016, 2017? I went short and red. First I just cut it. I made it red and cut it for curls. And I started looking like Ronald McDonald. I was like, okay, it's not working. So I'm like, well, I have the red, so I found a gorgeous picture of someone with the red hair and shorter, and I did it, and the time I could get away with it, and it was great, because when I did curl it, oh my gosh, it was super cool, sort of waved over, and it was awesome. But yeah, no, let's see something here, see if this helps a little bit. Let's do it over the pencil so that I can get it started in a way that makes sense, right? I did this for the cover, so I'm sort of, one of the covers. So I'm sort of thinking to do the same thing here. But we just need to snip it down here. I'm going to put a big pearl up there, put a few down here. But yeah, so then it's been the whole clean the room, clean the baseboards, clean the floors, wipe down the walls, dust them, all that jazz in my daughter's room, because yeah, it's been, we did her walls. I added the purple to her pink walls, because her walls were like latte, sort of this color. Okay, our whole house was this color. Ugh, I mean, not bad, but not great. So when we first moved in, oh gosh, it'll be 12 years this November. We painted the top half pink, and I put a white wood trim to break it up. It was pretty, except she kept knocking off the wood trim. I don't know how, but she got her fingernails in there, and she would pop the trim off the walls. I'm like, girl, I gotta realize she was 18 months old when we moved in. Or 16? No, 18. I guess 18, because she was November. So, moved in November, she's August. So, yeah, like 18 months old. And as time went on, she kept popping off the frame. So, good Lord. My oldest was like 4th grade, going on 5, and I removed the trim, and I painted a green, wavy, mint-colored border to break up the the pink and the brown. But that was starting to get old. She was like, I don't want the brown anymore, Mom. I don't want the brown anymore. And I love purple more than pink, but I wasn't willing to redo the whole room. So I said, okay, well, let's do the bottom half purple, like this color. A little bit more blue, but still, same concept. So I've got bright pastel pink. like what? Like more, I guess close to this pink, this purple on the bottom, and a pretty mint green wavy line in the middle. So it's gorgeous. And when we did that, though, back in at the end of 2019, we also redid her floors because she had carpet. And I was like, that's it, I'm done with carpet. And we put a pretty brown and gray faux wood flooring in. And so we did the tile thing, like the laminate, whatever, vinyl tile. And cut it, placed it. It's tongue and groove, so it snaps together. We caulked it, put the white trim, put the white baseboard back in. Yeah, purple walls, all that jazz. So she's had that for about 4.5 years now, I guess, because it was end of December of 2019, January of 2020, and she got her loft bed at that point because she was 8 years old. She's like, I don't really want this thing on the floor anymore, Mom. I'm like, okay. So she gets her loft bed, and, she's had that loft bed. So now I'm going to try to sell that loft bed for half the price I bought it for, at least. Because, it's seen some days, but it's still totally withstanding. But she's like, I think I'm done with that one. I was like, okay. But we were trying to move her room around to a new location. Because I know the day bed's a little smaller than her loft bed, but not by much. Width-wise, or length-wise. She didn't have that much room in her room. We tried to rearrange things, and we realized, things get small real fast. So we'll see. I mean, the day bed, and then we may very well we may be rearranging it right back to where it was. We were trying to make some changes. So, okay, now I've got that, which I love. Now, do I want to at least go pearls down here, couple in here, maybe like 3 in there? This is where maybe I am going to do my numbers. I don't know. Yeah, making sure I'm running, that would be bad. So, yeah, no, it's been a lot of fun, and it's been interesting. But the room is painted. There's no more pink and purple. And green. It's so weird. I have, like I said, she's had pink for almost 12 years. Purple's, been 5, 6 years. Well, 4.5, right? That's right, with the other thing. So 2020. So, 4+ years, I guess. January to January of 20. Yeah, 4 years. Almost 4.5. Or it is 4.5, huh? Yeah, so it's just weird to see it. We did a really pretty, it's called Silver Mist. It's a blue-based pale gray. It looks white on the thing almost, but it is gray, and on the walls you can tell it's gray, which is gorgeous. Beautiful silver. Would totally go beautiful with this. And then we did, sorry guys, we did one focal wall, a gorgeous charcoal. Called it Englewood Cliffs. ENGLE wood. Englewood. So, yeah, no, it's gorgeous. I mean, I do love it. So I'm so used to having her have, as cluttered as it was. Oh my gosh, I will have to put the photos up of before and after when we get it far enough to look pretty. It's still a little clustered right now. The cluttered mess she had and what we have now is definitely different. Do we make a match, ladies and gentlemen? I just can't see me not putting the lace in there, especially when that back has lace. Now, no one says we have to go... No, it doesn't work that way, though. It's sort of easy just to cut it up that way and have it blend, huh? Do it, and then instead of trying to cut off that trim, or cutting off the edge so it doesn't stay ruffled. So let's glue it down, and then I can trim off what I need. Yeah, no, it's just so weird because, the colors, but it's gorgeous. I can't wait to have her start decorating. What she's doing though, she found an army green. I know it sounds funny, right? It's actually pretty. We found an army green set of pillow covers, and we found a paint actually very close in color because I couldn't color match it. We tried. There was too much. I think there was too many colors in it. Too many hues. It goes from a green to a yellow green, and she has it in some of her other pillows. The same color. Who knew? But that's the color she loves. She just has this thing for greens. And so she'd love to go sage, but she didn't want to go that blue in it. So she went with that. And then we have this gorgeous, we do still have purple, but we found my mom found actually, a gorgeous silvery purple for my aunt when she was here in town taking care of my grandfather. And so when we got that stuff back, when they all moved back to Kansas, Mom had bought it for my aunt because it's like one of the colors that we love, so, you know, make her stay here easier. But so when we got it back, and we got it, Mom's like, well, do you want it? And I'm like, yeah, it's still purple. My daughter will want it sooner or later. And she does, and it's because it's a pretty silvery gray. So the comforter's still purple, which I am stoked about. I'm like, yay, we're not completely without. And then she's going to have the accents of this gorgeous olive green. So, sagey olive green. So, I'm stoked. There's going to be color, you know. We're getting a new white dresser. We got the white daybed coming. It's in my storage unit. And I just have to sell the loft bed. I got to sell the loft bed. Oh, God. And get it out, I guess. So, but she'll get a new white dresser because she has my old dresser. That's, you know, now 44 years old. My mom got it the first time, and it's been painted many times since. It's always had a white base, though. At least we've done that. But the drawers have changed, and... Ugh. But it'll be time for me I have to put it in storage for a little bit, and then when I get my daughter's oldest room, it'll probably become a storage space for... Definitely for, you know, craft supplies. For sure. Until either, you know, or get repainted one more time. Oh, God, to go in the guest room. I don't know. We'll see. Alright, ladies and gentlemen. I've taken up an hour of your time easily. There we go. We have our pockets done. So when this is sewn in and it sits accordingly, right? There's your front. And there will be your back. And we have these gorgeous, oops, I forgot about that. Gorgeous pockets to stuff. I am so happy about that. I'm going to go this whole kit and caboodle because lace and all. Didn't do as much over here because we did it up here, but this one does get in the way. I think we're going to do it over here too. There we go. Make sure it stays down and it stays out of the way. But we want that to do its job. My goodness, I'm making messes today. My hands. Like, I need any more glue on my hands. Oh my gosh, guys, I was covered in paint. I got smart after the first day. Especially with primer. Primer does not come off easy. Latex acrylic, I can rub that off my skin. Primer, no. White primer, water-based, does not come out of stuff easily. Good Lord. So I learned real quick to put my non-latex gloves on. But still, I destroyed the coloring of these guys and popped them off. And ugh, I have a whole new set coming of gorgeous rings. So these are mine and they're damaged. I did powder, which has acrylic mixed in apparently, and I did it for the trip. And I thought, okay, well, it's fine. And then when I took it off, when we soaked it off, I can see the outgrowth that I did more damage. And I'm like, darn it, I was trying to get rid of all that. So I'm really frustrated. I was almost a year out, and here I am with weird growth again. Anyway, sorry guys, isn't it gorgeous? I'm absolutely loving it. Fancying it up. Makes me wonder if I need to do something else to the inside of this. We'll see. Makes me wonder if I need to do some kind of stencil or something to these covers, because now they look plain, but then these guys do shine. So I hopefully you guys love what we did today, using what you have, taking the elements that you have that's maybe in your signatures and bringing it into your pockets for your cover. I hope you love it as much as I do. I am so stoked. The front cover is now going to have to match. That's going to be my next big thing with you guys. I will do snowflake doilies that I will put inside these guys. I'm going to do 3 snowflake doily type ordeals. Yeah, and that doesn't seem because of all the squishiness, these don't seem to be making any real difference in the weight. So, yay! Look at that, guys. Oh gosh, if I would allow it, it would just poof open. It would just poof open. All right, there we go. Another layer, another dub. We're getting there. We're getting there. I'll make the doilies. I will sew them in, and then that'll help me hopefully, do the cover, because I will know just how squishy, unsquishy this may be. So, love you all very, very much. I thank you for watching this Sunday afternoon, probably 10 to 1, Sunday afternoon, early evening. I hope you have a wonderful day. You've had a wonderful day. The weather is calming down for you. You're all feeling well. You're all doing well. And we do have a new project coming on. It'll probably be a series, just because why not, right? But we're going to take this guy and we are going to reverse it. We took the cover off. Now we're going to create a new cover. I think we're going to do a fabric, tissue collage, Mod Podge cover that we can fold over. We'll score it and we'll fold it over. We'll glue it back in right here on the spine. All right. We're going to utilize it that way. We'll glue it in, and then we're going to make this an altered book. like I said, I haven't done one in a long time. And so I think, you know, every 4 pages, we're going to make, you know, pockets, you know, large pockets, outer pockets, all kinds of fun things. And then take out 8 pages and go back and forth and utilize the words when it works, and of course cover it all up when it doesn't. And they may just be an ongoing project as I find collage pages and leftovers and extras and samples. We're just going to go through it and make it sort of a patchwork effect of, and not any one, what's the word, kit or design. I do not need the paint. We're just going to do a cluster of, you know, different things that match and feel necessary. So that'll be it. We'll start the altered book next, do a couple of those, go on to another project, and keep coming back to this every so often as we go along. So we'll do the construction and the starting of that, I think, on the next video. So if that interests you, it's been a while since you've done an altered book, maybe come along and do one with me. If you have never done an altered book using a book, sometimes a new book is the best to do it. Come with me. Come with me on my journey. So love you all very, very much. I hope you enjoy this. It's super beautiful. It is my December Daily. It is my ode to Christmas in July because that's winter for me. I'm so sorry it's not red, white, and green, but I don't have anything right now. It's all packed away. So love you all very, very much, and I will talk to you all very soon. Happy Sunday. Bye-bye.